Really make space, the single cloud burst available to try and push him a little bit further forward, and they're ready and set with a paranoia to leave these remaining players blind. Even with Scream nearsighted, he'll be able to take down one, but the pop flashes back. What is these pictures?
The pictures are brilliant, and take a look at that. It is pretty much nobody else than Poster. Doma concussed on the side, but that should vanish before Scream is even entering. He has pretty much of an idea where he is, but as Doma fails, it's all working in favor for Liquid 4 now, as though you have to say, obviously, it's made for the retake. Link's waiting and gets killed. Durka goes on and on, same with Magnum, and the trio survives and prevails. The first round is finally here for FNATIC. It took a while, it took a bit.
Seeing shock darts go over to destroy a lot of the early utility, give some space for Durka to push over the top, but it is just one, and then a quick trade for Scream.
And that's the thing, it is just one. It might have not been even that successful as they thought it would be in the Blade Storm. Just some success, but Doma obviously finding the kills when needed. Problem though, it is Yumpy who's left alive. Ice Cold Finn finding Mystic. And this brings it down to duel of an IGL and to the star player of Liquid. He finds it, the triple is his, and that's the Red Bull clutch brought to you.
But that, just an alt use for information. The From the Shadows finds every single player, and once again it's a fast take, but Scream's
no way!
lives.
And Yumpy can only make it one. Suddenly they just all jump on the side. Brilliant stuff from Link. And that's a 2 versus 2 that could easily work once more in favor of Liquid. The utility, well, not looking so great. At the same time, you still see that there's a guiding light for the man who just has to wiggle around the corner. And here it comes. Boaster is blind, but Doma got the reply, finds one, and Boaster chimes in when exactly needed.
I'll flash through, but even still, the realization isn't there.
No, the realization absolutely isn't there, and I had the same thought as you. I thought, like, that must just work easily. They must have a tripwire there. Not the case. Magnum gets the spike down. That's all nice and great. But the threat is closing in. The majority of the Liquid players already grouping up over on Garage. They made a move. And it looks like they so much search for the exits. What is your plan, Liquid? They definitely go on site. They definitely go in. But Dirk is making short process and short work of them.
And it looks like it's going to be B once again.
The double D's entering in, the big hedge in front of the house, but Dirk, he's whiffing the initial ones, no way! He is flashed, I'm fully with you, but at the same time, it would have been just one lucky shot and things could have worked decently. That is now the Earthquake coming down middle, and the problem starts to arise for the FNATIC side of things if there wouldn't be their hero called Doma. And that brings us to a 2 versus 2, back and forth once more. It's once more such a tight game, so close, but do they know where Link is? It doesn't seem to be the case. Well, indeed they know, but he finds the quad. He did, but now it's down to FNATIC to punch above their weight and set sail towards a 5th, because otherwise it might be Liquid running away with this first half a little bit. Here it comes, fault line in combination with the flash, and he gotta tell his teammate that they're all just coming down. Magnum on his own, he should be isolated.
Been something they're more than aware of. A team that obviously does their research. That's a pretty important kill though. Yumpy goes down. Now Scream is still available on the site. They've actually left a second player here as well in the form of Link. So it's not like this is just a freebie push, and the time could be everything. They need to clear Link from the corner, and he's already gonna get
They don't realize. They didn't realize! It doesn't seem like they noticed that Scream dropped down, but this is suddenly Soulcast.
As humanly possible. But Liquid have still left, well, I was gonna say 2 players here, but let's say 1 now.
Let's say 1 now. Cryptics still waits and sees the head of Boaster, but is going to be eliminated immediately. With now the Breach putting down his fault line over on the side, everybody's somewhat concussed. Dirk is already on the quad and seems like he might be just hungry for the ace. As it is all down to him to kill his fellow countrymen. And obviously got 3 more supporters left here on the battlefield. As Dirk moves around. Left hand, mate. Left hand. Left hand. Hello. He's gonna find him. Yes, he does. There is the ace. Just what they're trying to obtain. As Scream goes first as the point ban. The action over on the seaside, it comes in. First frag found. The second one, not granted. And suddenly it's FNATIC in the driver's seat of this pistol.
Yeah, they've got the spike down as well. Yumpy's lurk is actually not going to be catching too much, and I'm not sure what this paranoia can actually do. He's used it, but they're not going to be able to catch any of the players because no one was really close enough. That utility popped a little bit too early, and well, it's going to leave it on the remaining 2 to try and almost push in dry.
I really am I'm always astonished how some fans come out also with the term retirement home, because this does not look like retirement home. This looks like young blood beheading nobody else than Scream. Brilliant blade thrown in his head.
Yeah.
And he's out of that equation. Liquid seems like they might have a bit of a problem to obtain the tie-in this, Tom.
I've got your trail.
Oh no. Oh no. No, he actually just avoids. Jumps over the squid. And well, for him to get 2 there, I'll be honest, I didn't expect him to get the second kill. Not a bad spot to be in. Aftershock forcing Mystic out, but he actually manages to remain. The trade's not too bad, but it's going to be left to Yumpy. 1 versus 2, they know where he is.
But does even anyone realize? Yes, indeed, they do realize. I think it seems that Doma heard that, but suddenly the spikes hitting the ground, Tom. The problems start to now become a little more difficult. They know where he is, but it doesn't stop him. He's just absolutely fearless. Making the move on the first. Can he get the second? No, he can't. But it's an absolutely astonishing game so far, and Liquid are just not missing it too much. FNATIC sent Durka in, coming in hot over. Yeah, he knows.
The aggression this time being punished. A slower start for Liquid, just waiting patiently, yet to win a round on their attacking side. But you know what, Zesh, I think this one's looking pretty good. A 4 versus 2 after plant. Not really knowing the positions of either of the players, but the next one might be for free, actually. Soulcast, but it takes him a moment. He'll get there in the end.
Well, Mystic at least finds Scream, and a little bit of damage he might just deal and getting the majority out of the way. That would be great in the long run, and Boaster seems absolutely astonished out of the battle. Is still around the corner. Soulcast awaits him and easily takes his head off.
Into the B site, looking to try and clear out some of the utility, spot the positions as well with the Tiger, and with nothing really being there, an after plant more than likely. A little bit of a surprise, and actually, that nets them a free kill. But granted, it will be traded back very quickly indeed, and I think they're almost reliant on Durka now to pull off a hero play.
And for anyone here from mid to the peak. Brilliant stuff from Boaster! He's getting them lined up. His ult is now ready as well, but is he going to find anything? No, he's just elevated the corpse, but he gets information. That's brilliant. Cryptic's tagged him down to 70, but Yumpy might be just coming around the corner. They have no clue what's happening. First frag found, and Cryptix brings the tie in their favor. Yumpy screaming, and that's the finish hype, man.
Actually, Durkin can get over that trip, so they're going to have to try and be a little bit more aggressive. I do like the play from Liquid. Oh, he actually snaps back to the second head, and he knows that there's a second player on that left-hand side. Durkin gets this kill onto Scream. This round is over. And it's actually, he's not going to get it. It looked like it was set in stone, but Scream has brought this back into a winnable position, down to the 1 versus 2, but one of them so desperately low, they might even spot out Cryptix. He's in this corner with his Phantom. They're going to try and peek him together, and he can't quite snap back. Huge round from Durka. Yeah, nothing you can take away from FNATIC in that round. But Liquid are going to look to break back, and they've been very good at doing that so far. Durka, hero to villain. They're instantly dead within this round. No way to bring him back, and straight away, Boasty is going to be stuck in this corner, and, well, dead.
Oh no, and there's even the one-way smoke back to spawn. So suddenly, welcome back to the back and forth game. This is Team Liquid fighting against FNATIC if you just joined us.
But they're going to go pushing into this C side. The defense of it so far hasn't been fantastic. And again, they're going to try and force mag them out, but they're not actually watching the angle.
Oh, and this might be Doma saving the day. He's actually backing off. 15 more seconds for one of those guiding lights, but it's more Soulcast that has high impact. The gravitas off those kills. He's sending them back home and down in the coffin. And as Scream waits for the flank of Durka, he's getting the counterpart out. Team Liquid, they bring home number 12.
I've got your trail.
Easily can answer you that. It was actually picked by FNATIC, and this is making it more dramatic. Now we might just head into overtime if Boaster and Mystic keep on.
God.
The man's not seeing a thing. He might just be blindfolded, still finds those kills. That's just a Spectre, by the way, putting that down here, but it's still Yumpy who could deliver us a show. First frag granted, second as well. The third and fourth not coming in. How close can this game get? By the way, this is map number 1.
It's paranoia as well.
Left.
Yumpy's waiting. And And as he patiently sees the players coming around, he whiffs on the first nearly, but okay, we're gonna rest that case. Still more are coming over to the side of A, and as from the left hand and right hand, Dirk and Co are chiming in. Yeah, no real issue to get the spike down, but the retake, that case isn't closed yet. And here comes the guiding light, or is it? Yep, mate's blind, but Boaster got it all in favor for his team.
Footsteps of Dirk are running in behind.
That's becoming problematic. At the same time, FNATIC got so much utility. He knows. Yep, he knows. But he's not going to find him. Still, man advantages over on Liquid. And the Prancing Horse still looks good in just this situation. Spike has been planted. You still have to fight against Sturker, who's not hitting the shots you would usually expect. Magnum Slake is not successful as well. And this brings us only to Mystic. Good luck. And nice try is probably the only thing you can say. Otherwise, he will be just an absolute magician.
To try and take a face. Now, there's so much information gathering, but because of the paranoia being low, they actually get nothing for it. The counter flashes coming out of Link as well mean they can't even face on the screen, and he's gonna go dashing through. Oh, it's a bit messy, and Yumpy's actually the one to get the remaining kills on the flank.
Well,
35 seconds left. They're trying to now sell that same fake from before.
yeah.
Pull them back in over into an A-site hold. But it's going to be
That's
left
good.
onto Doma. That flash is so sick! He even dinks up Yumpy. It's not the kill, but he has done more than enough. Now the teleport's going to come across. This is a freebie. Doma's going to get that one all day. And the fact that this man is still alive is an absolute joke. But he finally falls. But it's bought time. And this is all that Durka needs. He's now completely behind them. They're faking out sounds. They're trying to bait in this peak. But actually they've decided to plant for Defender spawn. That is so smart by Liquid. They made a perfect read.
Yep, they didn't have any information over long, and therefore they made a different decision. It's only down to Scream at this point in time. And he's obviously the Belgian clutch king you'd like to have in this scenario. Adil is hearing the bullets coming over from long. He gets Durka as well. Mystic chimes in, and there's no chance. The Prancing Horse is riding into the sunset with a victory. Boaster's already setting himself up with the sucks and stuns. That's obviously brilliantly done. And that's Cryptic's out. Same goes for Yumpy. This is right now a retake by the book. Oh, and all the fracks Durka finds. The triple again.
Yeah, they've already managed to bypass quite a lot of the utility. Now, they're going to be spotted out early, but a nice shot onto Magnum is going to clear him from the close spot. The showstopper in, and Durka actually manages to not only get a kill, but he gets out of the corner. He's quickly traded by Scream, but the remaining players start to fall, leaving Soulcast with a lot to do, and Boaster lurking around the edge of the... He loses to a Classic. What? Zesh, he lost to a Classic.
Indeed, he lost to a Classic. Absolutely great observation, Tom, and I couldn't have said any worse. Oh no, and suddenly he's getting dinked. No, this is not working in favor of Team Liquid right now. The weaponry is not looking good. The weapons are not ideal, but Yumpy's turning it around. Starting off with a duel between Classics and, well, a proper rifle. FNATIC will see an execute coming at them any second soon. Oh, this is so smart. This is so smart.
TP! How does he get away with that? The sound should have given something, but I guess maybe they expected it to be a little bit further back. Mystic, though, just hiding behind his utility. The screen has been so annoying to play around, and they don't know. There's a second player here. Doma's just hiding like, oh, yes, walk into the corner, my friend. It's safe. Just try and go in. And, well, just look at how ratty this Viper setup is. They've just got everything covered.
That's really horrible. You hate to see that. And as Soulcast is even being detected, you don't want to be in a situation right there. And as he's moving off, once more spotted, a second left.
Jumble sale buy. Like, some of the players have got pistols, others have got operators. Like, it's a weird one for Liquid. They're trying to make this work, but unfortunately for them, I remember I think there was like somebody asking a question about how Durka was going to perform on Raze. I think he's doing all right.
No, I don't know. Seems okay. It feels, but you're right. It feels a bit like a bargain table at that point. In the meantime, though, brilliant stuff from Scream. As it's a brilliant shot onto Magnum. None of the utility is going to identify him purely, and that's great teamwork. The headshot's not entirely on point from Scream. But that single pop flash, once they all enter the site, once they all try to take control over the spot, that might be just a game changer. Yumpy is seeing the head of Doma, beheading him instantly. Link goes on, and the last player standing, that's gonna be Mystic. Back from the spawn, you gotta perform, and by the book, it is a fault line working brilliantly.
He firms them around. where realistically they didn't have a massive amount invested. Scream. I was going to say he's only on a pistol this round, but you know what? I guess it doesn't matter.
Nope, it doesn't. And ouch. That's painful. FNATIC down to 2. And you, a little funny story as you talked about it. Actually, Link was the one back in March 2019 who replaced Soulcast at London Esports back in CS. So maybe the synergy, they're all fine with each other now. Obviously, there was no drama. I'm just making this stuff up. But at the same time, that's true, though. It actually, he was a replacer. Try to talk things through.
Yeah, I'd say it'd probably be a little bit easier if he was not the one who was alive. And there you go, which is going to force the majority of the players out of this site. It's going to make things a little bit more difficult for them to actually move away from this one. And actually, they're going to start fighting. They've managed to get themselves a kill. This one's obviously for free, but the amount of damage really isn't too bad. And Durka, he pops his showstopper. He's going to get caught. It's left on to Magnum. And actually, I think some of the knives have been missed. Running out, getting very low on the amount of blades that are currently left in the hands. In fact, it's left onto one. The one-tap machine, and this time it isn't going to be happening. But the time's incredibly low. I don't know if he's actually going to have this one. It's going to be close, just about through. 0.34. Take once again. The utility on this side of the map has been incredible. Like, they've had these cages going through.
They don't know, Tom.
They haven't actually spotted Boaster, but at the same time, I feel like this is something they're likely still to check anyway. We're going to see the Cosmic Divide going through. But again, it kind of leaves things a little bit awkward, and because of that, they're going to throw in their own utility, but Boaster hides on the other side and still gets 2 of them.
Just becoming the hero with the Spectre in hand, and suddenly Soulcast is the last man standing. Durka sneaks already through B main, and he says goodnight, sweet prince, putting him out. He's finding his way over onto the B side. Again, one more of the swifter approaches as he's looking for the duels. Boaster's out, and this is a lot of utility already out of the equation. Doma waits back on site, slows them, but can he find the kills is the question. In combination with Mystic, most likely. And the Killjoy is coming in as well, but suddenly Yumpy is gonna go for it. He's gonna destroy that.
He's gonna destroy it.
Oh no, but Durka, wait, hold on. How's he going to so fast? Hold up, wait a second. Did they expect that he's gonna wait for them? Nope.
It's unorthodox. It's not something you see very often in pistols, but hey, it's ultimate orbs. And then they can even just dive into the spike in the end if they really want to, and just make this one really costly for them. Yeah, in fact, that's exactly what they're gonna do. Yeah, that belief, but not so many teams that have stuck with it.
True. I still understand why, but you know, a lot of people were like, hey, Astra's dead, Astra's not that valuable anymore. I still think it's one damn good agent, and that combination we just saw in B Heaven, deadly, because you can't escape it. In the meantime, you can't escape the fight of Doma and Mystic. Easy kills obtained, and no real problem at that point. The next one, Tom, this is basically where it's do or die for Team Liquid. Their map choice.
The problem I'm seeing, though, is these rounds are being too clean. Like, exclude maybe the pistol round. Other than that, I don't even know if did they get a kill in the last round either? A lot of their utility gone as well. Like, sure, they have things for clearing angles, but they don't have a whole lot of flashes in this composition at all, so this is going to become incredibly difficult now they don't have the ability to stun and pull people out of position. Nice shot from Doma, though. At least gives them something into this round, and well, that's a surprise! He went over the top of the wall instead and takes down Scream. He's making this one costly, but Yumpy is there once again. Popped, but the remaining players just waiting patiently. Now, they know for a fact now that Durka is going to be in heaven. Boaster there alongside him, but he actually wins the duel versus Scream. I would have assumed he was dead to rights, but now they're going to try and make things incredibly awkward for Cryptix. He's stuck in this corner, but they haven't actually forced him out just yet. Mystic waiting patiently will give them the advantage once again as it turns to a 4v3.
Welcome to my world.
And this seems to be maybe the final nail in the coffin.
Going into the back corners, but it's going to be a very fast retake. Pop flashing themselves back in. Make that 5 of the players for Liquid are already here. They have expected this. They've rotated into this, and Scream is going to start connecting with those knives. It leaves just one man standing. It is Mystic, though.
Behind the green wall. Finds nothing, actually. Unfortunate for him. And so, 6 more to go for Liquid. See that, though. They move over to the B side. The first man coming into the fight will be Magnum. Is he going to be eliminated, though? Actually, it's Boaster on the other side of the map. For a second, I thought it's going to be the bait. No, but Cryptix is finding it. Doma's still on it to his right hand. There's a Sky awaiting. Do they know about the corner just underneath? Does he check it? He will not see the barrel. No opportunity for both of them. But Doma, Soulcast knows. Hold on a second. When do they finally figure out? Help your teammate! No, it does not work.
It's likely going to be coming in through heaven. But the fact is, they're mainly going to rely on Durka to get them that opener, and he won't.
That looked like it would have been 100% on point, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Stoma, they'll get Scream, and more players start to bombard that side. The invasion has started, but all in favor of the Liquid side. No chance at all.
The other side, Linker's already wrapped in behind them. Now, there is going to be a turret watching. Scream already manages to pick off one, but there's the perfect timing. Taking out Magnum. Peek back in from Yuppie, but he whips! Both players whip! What has just happened there? Durka goes down, and now it's left all on to Boaster. He's had a strong map, but he needs the 1 versus 2 to close it. A player up above as he looks to try and wrap around the TP into the site, and Link, he's going to win them another round. Delete the tweet. It wasn't Team Liquid this time, at least. Oh dear, yeah, it's going very badly wrong. Sure, again, this is going to be a weaker purchase, but this is just looking like a farming simulator rather than Valorant. Because already they'll find themselves a couple of kills, and well, Mystic at least gets one. That's something. They'll have a pretty decent combo of ultimates for the next round. Now, there's not going to be any heroics from him this time. They've still got to clear those couple of players out, because realistically, this could become a little bit awkward. I love the combo, though. Try to spam them out the back. Duck, he's actually missed his blast pack.
No way.
It could be awkward, and it's actually Magnum to go down. Cryptic's waiting in the corner, not expected. And now we have a 3v2.
And not only do we have a 3v2, we also have a flank in form of Scream. No way that Doma whiffed the wall this way, but he can escape. Back into the fumes he goes, and the green acid laying over on the A site might be the cover that FNATIC need. They veiled the bomb just in the Viper's pit, and the rest of the crew of Liquid are now setting themselves up to retake the site and slam themselves into overtime. Scream is out, and Doma might just keep on doing it. It is only down to Doma, and on the other side of that wall, Yumpy awaits. He gets the kill.
My
Goodness gracious. 13-11 is the way to end it. B. And well, with the spike now hitting the ground, Soulcast and Co will take it even further, try to extend the territory that belongs to them. Oh goodness, and the first duel comes in. Magnum is having a bit of a problem. They're falling to Soulcast. Durka has to reply, and the Battle Sage and the boys are now coming in over elbows. Scream is whiffing his shots, and at the same time he's backing off. The problem though is nobody comes in from any other position anymore. The wall has been placed brilliantly, and Durka goes on and on. It's only a 2 versus 3 where Cryptix comes in from the other side. It still goes on. Hold on, Durka's still doing it, and he's getting himself the half. Will he get even more? Yumpy has to get up there, and he does, but he does find the kill. He's just missing bullets, not the aim. That's me. I know that's Mystic.
I don't know. I feel like Mystic's giving me the smoky eyes there. Like, I don't know.
Ironic, isn't it? And in the meantime, Scream is falling after he's already had his his feet wet in the snake bite. Link is, well, considering to back off a little bit. Yep, he definitely does. And he's gonna meet Durka soon. The Battle Sage coming up next.
Player standing.
On the stage. I will say that some of the times, I think out of all the agents, this is the one that Durka may fall a little bit flat on occasionally. Now, Cryptix has definitely been heard, but he will still win the duel. By FNATIC in Masters. Now it's their chance to do it in Challengers.
Very much indeed. Doma doesn't see a thing, and this offers them an easy double. But as I say that, Boaster is coming in with an easy double as well. He wants more. All the blades of Scream are gone, so he can only rely on his little classic there. And if that good old buddy is going to be helpful, I don't even know about that, because in the meantime, Dirk is in it with the flank. The snake bite is disgustingly annoying, ratty, as Tom would say, and the problems now start to arise as the frags are coming in left, right, and center. FNATIC seem to have it under control, but as I say that, it's only down to 2 more. It's Durka and Magnum. Well, make it only Durka, but who else would you like to have in such a play? He finds the kill on Scream to his left, and it's Cryptix awaiting him. He knows that he's close to Lambs, more to the left-hand side,
so
and he
good.
finds it again. It's classic.
Oh no, it just looks even uglier.
Whilst Tom has to wash his eyes any second soon.
Oh, horseshoe crosshair. Disgusting.
It's now more and more shots coming the way of Team FNATIC. Magnum already out of this battle, and all the Seekers are coming in. This is even getting worse and worse as suddenly Durka is out.
Still alive?
Yep, he is. That's Doma, though. Don't get this confused.
Oh.
But he's eliminated nevertheless. There you go again. Here you go, Tom.
Well, and actually, We're going to see the Hunter's Fury invested, and wow, this is just beautiful from Doma, dancing past every single blast of it.
And as those little paint shells just recolor the floor, it's Mystic who might just have a bit of a problem whilst that wall is going down.
Oh, dude.
He's running out of bullets once more. Such a sinister and sad scenario, but Doma got it all under control.
Wow, that was obvious.
Somewhat. I'm fully with you there. In the meantime, though,
Oh dear.
Dirk is going to have some problem. And oh dear, as you say, it's all coming
Why is
over
the
to
smiley
the B
face back?
side. I love it. It seems like somebody's rotating the pictures the entire time, and smiley face Magnum is going to be one of the few that now have the opportunity to retake that site easily. You see right there, Boaster putting his stars down, coming in from behind over from Hookah, and the rest of the squad waiting in front of the gates of the B site, entering from spawn any second soon, as suddenly you see what's happening. They split up the players. That is brilliant. Do they necessarily know, though, where good old Boaster is coming from? Yes, they do. Too readable for the Team Liquid side, and the 5th round should be granted, except there's a miracle. Ain't happening. We could probably do a podcast about that, how much staff you need in the future of Valorant, but in the meantime, what we're going to take a look at is how many bullets Team Liquid can swallow right here, as it seems like all the lead thrown in their direction would become a problem. Still, they can dodge it, but that miracle has to end at one point. That is going to be brilliant. Yep, he's out of there. See you later, mate.
Oh, Boaster's still waiting around the corner as well. The last piece to the puzzle, as he's now going to drop the spike. He doesn't know Link's behind him, though. And caught in astral form, leaves it into the 1 versus 1. His way into the B site. And Doma is just waiting. He's positioned himself perfectly. The second he taps this spike, you'd think he would be dead. He checks it, but it doesn't matter. Doma's going to land the headshot with the pistol. Another thrifty round, of course. Who's surprised by that?
Side, Liquid are in a stance where they're pretty much annoyed by those back and forths again and again. And suddenly, it works once more wonders when you have Scream on those blades. Brilliant stuff, double entry. And FNATIC, what can they do with only those 3 alive?
Toxins going up.
Again, these early entries, these fast-paced plays have been working out for Liquid. The executions into the site, the utility being placed, and well, Mystic, they're gonna need another hero play from him. 2 kills, not bad though.
Oh,
and
my
Magnum
goodness.
has now put him in a spot where this is actually winnable. Durka still has his res.
He's saving it
It's
for hard
round
times,
11.
mate. No, he's saving it for hard times, mate. Then, well...
This is a hard time.
No, it is not yet, seemingly. There it goes.
No, he just
snake
came in
fight.
the
He's
snake
fighting it.
fight.
Oh, Doma, run, mate, run. And he's still staying alive. And suddenly, it is Link. Dirk is now collecting once more the little points for his revive. And
no
brilliant
chance.
stuff coming in from FNATIC. Well, they have hit and miss regarding pistols recently. It's not too
Oh, he's
satisfying.
flying.
Yep. The man.
Oh, not this again. Not this. We've seen this so many times. Every time they try that combo, Doma gets stuck.
There you go.
And he gets killed for it. He almost kills himself, like we saw that previously go very badly wrong. Now, they've managed to at least reclaim the spike, but yeah, this has definitely become a little bit more rough. Magnum needing to win a tough clutch, and with all the players together, I don't know. I feel like he needs a miracle here. He's not going to get one.
I mean...
Yeah, they've thrown in the push through over the teleport.
No.
Oh, no, he's going to win it with...
No
with the
way.
judge. Of course he is. Doma, though, has already managed to find one back, and they've kind of got him stuck in the mud as well. A perfect grab wall, but they need to get rid of Link. They don't want to allow him in this corner, and he's already going to get his second kill with the judge, holding on to such a valuable spot for this retake.
Brilliant stuff, and Scream is right now going closer to Elbow. Obviously, the Guardian basically tailored to him, but Doma with a right peek could just once more get his team in the right spot, and here it comes. Finds a double.
Oh,
no,
no.
doesn't happen. Hold on. It's only down to Boaster. Cryptic's on 1 point of health, but over on Hookah, it is Link.
If you love Counter-Strike, we've also got Crims.
Good one. Now, in the meantime, seems like Scream might just remember himself how good he was in CS and just comes in with the taps from his little blades as he goes through the teleporter. And
Okay.
Boaster saying, thank you very much for that one. Thanks for passing by. I'll take you out.
Be not quite as effective now that we're not seeing them with that brimstone, but just gonna pull him into the corner. He's actually gonna get it halfway, which that's more than surprising. I don't think that they'll realize that he's already got it to half, and that actually gives Yumpy a chance. Oh, he's almost accidentally faked it there. I don't think he meant to do that.
Now everybody who gets close will be eaten up by the dragon at that point. Another bit of a snake bite used, so nobody can get out of Fuka at that point, quickly destroying the Seekers. But on the right-hand side, there you go! That's the antidote to all of it. Doma with the quad after you enter perfectly.
Plan is there. It sections off the back of B and elbow, but that looks like a weird cosmic divide. I won't lie. It doesn't even really cut off heaven properly either, so it looks like they're trying to fake this into a B play, and then they've just gone running into the A site anyway. Soulcast is going to be the only one left. We've even seen a res!
Oh, no.
There we go.
Not again. I mean, if Link is getting a frag with this weapon once more, I'm okay. It's time to stop with this goddamn judge. Is there any other weapon he has played? Is there any other weapon he has played this game? I don't even know. Yumpy, though, on his own, to pull the rabbit out of the hat and make that clutch work. And most definitely, Yumpy is capable. Seems a bit of the ponytail and beheads the first. Dirk is being eliminated, but...
So facing through this would be risky, but he's just waiting for it to fade. He actually does go through, and Dirk is going to catch him for it. The wall will section off Soulcast as well, but he's going to spot over the top of it, expecting Dirk to be there. A fantastic read that keeps the man advantage alive.
Do they know? There's a tiny gap in that ice wall that has just been created.
One enemy remaining.
And there you see it. Yep, I think that
down,
was just a tiny edge. Indeed, it was. Boaster still keeps up fighting. 30 more seconds to go, but it doesn't look like he has any of his little stars left. Tries to pass Soulcast as he's looking to go through C to Yumpy. Yeah, now he got the information. He definitely wants to battle. He definitely wants to fight, but he has no chance. His very annoying shotgun so far, again and again. In the meantime, look where Doma arrives!
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious, it seems like the airlines called Doma Fly are succeeding brilliantly. Yumpy is looking for those wallbangs, but the first thing the team of FNATIC is looking for is to get the spike down. But at the same time, problems arise! Soulcast comes around, and suddenly everybody of FNATIC falls! Boaster can once more be the hero, and gotta put that cape on. At the same time, I have my doubts that this is gonna work that well. He's even being spotted, uncomfortable with everybody coming around. Yumpy on his left-hand side, but also unsure the opponents are just awaiting him. He finds them. He gets the spike down. There is time. There is 100% time. And Boaster could make this work. Bring this into a tie. Still got a star down on the ground. And he's playing around it. And you see again, Link is avoiding through the goddamn smoke. He does it. I can't believe the stuff those rounds are made of. And so the Hunter Fury of Yumpy comes in. Boaster is still making the right move. Over on short, nobody's checking him. And Cryptix waits backside. Something we haven't seen too often from him. At the same time, the Snakebite works brilliantly. Oh no, and this is gonna be the Brimstone ult being used on. The problems start to get bigger and bigger for FNATIC, but the spike might just get on the ground, and it does.
Yeah, used into lamps, but it seems like FNATIC were aware and avoided it. Scream trying to mask his steps with the jump down and the shot, but it doesn't get anything done. Link, though, it just seems like he's using every single weapon that maybe you shouldn't, and the wallbang comes through from Yumpy. It's left onto Doma. He's been a superstar in this map, but they need a little bit more from him in the afterplant. Looking for the peek back. He'll find one, but he can't quite correct the aim fast enough. It could be our final map, and it's very aggressive from Scream. I feel like we call that one the Chihuahua. The instant dash down mid. He was attempting that versus a few different teams, and to be honest, that was about as successful as his was.
Yeah, well, Chihuahua is spotting you fast and swift anyway when it runs after you. In the meantime, Scream eliminated with a Chihuahua move. Cryptic's the only one standing back on the side of A. And so, as left, right, and center players start to get on the side, it's getting a bit problematic for him. Link would still have his charge ready for use, but as Boaster waits... No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Don't do it. Don't do stupid moves, because otherwise you win stupid prizes. And so, as Boaster still tries to make it with the right click...
They're going to wait to see if they can catch anybody on the exit. But this time, it is going to be a completely different push. And you know what? The remaining players, they want to die to the spike. And actually, Doma's going to wait around to get himself an extra orb. Now, you might think, Tom, he died to the spike, but that trade is worth it every single time. Looked like a free kill. Now, they're going to have a player actually waiting and watching to try and catch from behind to stop Scream, although it's the classic corner. Link as well, stunning up the backline, still has flashes to try and bait them back, and he's holding the line. A second kill for him already. Scream will deal with Doma, and now it's left all onto Boaster. The IGL to try and clutch this one. Well, he knows where Solcas is. That might not matter. It's the remaining 2 players coming in behind, and Solcas will finish the job.
He has a lot of... I was trying to make a story
Hello, my
about
kind
this.
friend. You're looking very well bearded this evening.
That was probably one of those sessions instead Ryan is gonna make fun of any second soon. I hate you, Tom. I really hate you. Either way, getting away from that. What a great kind of game. FNATIC, oh well, I'm going back to the actual one. Are taking a good bit of control over on the A side as Yumpy is trying to take down Boaster desperately. It's Domo takes a bit of short control but can't work off of his little guiding lights. Spike's gonna be down on the ground, Tom, but Liquid just go for the safe immediately. It is absolutely no easy fake. Scream was primarily denied any further movement towards the B side, but now as the Seekers are clearing the way, they definitely will go closer to the mud. Mystic waits back in the corner. Can he swing at the right time? On 1, indeed. On 2, not possible. And suddenly Magnum and the boys, they gotta find a way to prevail. He knows and seemingly is aware that someone is over the left-hand side, but nope. Even his awareness can't help. Screamer's probably communicating. They're pushing up mid. They're pushing up something like short, but suddenly they move backwards. Cryptix, though, is holding it perfectly. And he's the last soldier to be the guard of the site. The third frag secured. My goodness.
Well, I speak of mistakes on one side. I think that's a bit of an oversight on the other, and Solcas can't really fight that. In fact, he's going to get ulted out. He's going to go and try and fight them. It's just like, all right, you want to go? Well, I know you're not going to ult your teammate, so I'll just try and run into your face.
Definitely the case, and Magnum is coming in with important frags previously also, and Reykjavik proved how good of a clutch player he is, and this time it's just pure aim that he's flexing with. The man who was the hero previously most likely won't stand a chance. If Cryptix considers going down here, good luck, have fun, mate. But the guys off FNATIC are very eager to take you down. Yep, that's only the classic for him. Link is there to support to at least slow them down a little bit. Mystic comes in. The players are now swarming onto the side, and as Scream waits, they find one after another. It's for him for the classic. He wants more. He is hungry. And once more, it's no classic frags for you, Scream. Boaster can do the same. He knows how to use that mouse. But at the same time, the spike is on the ground. And perfectly done here by FNATIC on the FNATIC cloud. And in the meantime, Dirk is moving in. And as those little Seekers lead the way, Cryptix is in there. Uh-oh, nope. That is not a rand from Loafer coming towards us. No chance for the little Bucky.
Yeah, it's a gun I'm not expecting to get kills anymore. It kind of sucks. Been nerfed into the ground. At least, again, doing a little bit of damage here and there. Boaster now stepping up as an operator player, it seems. Not something I was expecting to say today. We've seen Angel do it in the past. Link is still making this very close. He has his ultimate, and he's used it on Yumpy.
But he still got the right kind of weapon for this. Look, I mean, this is the perfect one-tap weapon anyway. And they get closer and closer. Suddenly, they start to break through the defense. No way that this works. Link's coming by, but he can't make it work. It's the omen of FNATIC side that sent this man to hell.
A little bit sooner than opponents might have expected. The Seekers are also garner information that they're at least pressuring into mid, but it's still quite passive from the remaining players. Doma is also going to catch the aggression of Scream, and just before the stun comes through, Solcas falls as well. Cryptix needs to pull something off here, but he's being sectioned off by the utility. But they have actually been denied at least for a second, and he does actually still have a cam.
Yep, he does. At the same time, I have to say this was brilliant. You know, it's a classic default composition. You can't always highlight it, but at the same time, the way they take the control over CT is brilliant. Yumpy,
he needs to get some like boot polish and like rub it on the head.
Okay, listen. I mean, I was trying to make a valid point because right now
they could survive at the back of the site. They could try and fight this one, and that's actually what they're gonna do.
They very much do so, but look, no way! Mystic's actually not hitting that, and as the players are getting closer to that lockdown radius, they still have all that confidence. Dirk cannot easily enter the site. Boaster's on his own, and that 4th round seems to be granted. Boaster better get out of there. He still knows where Cryptix is. A flick to the right-hand side would work brilliantly, but it seems like they will swing simultaneously any second soon. Too much round, you cannot gain too much room, which they'll not let you have. As though those are decent darts.
Okay.
Finds one. Okay, we're getting there, but not fast enough.
Well, Durka maybe questioning whether or not to break that trip, but after being spotted, he's actually going to go rotating all the way back. That's a perfect paranoia. One left completely blind, but they're still trading man for man at least. And somehow, Yumpy's brought it back into a winnable position. Cryptix with another. It's left all on to Big Daddy Durka, though, trying to turn the tide once again. It is down to the 1v1.
No
Both
way.
players tagged up. The smoke almost used to try and bait him in. This has actually helped him out. He's just going to defuse it.
Wait,
He's just
wait,
going to
why-
stick it
why-
all the way.
What
Yuppie
was
has
the
almost
thought?
just handed him the round. What? This is
they
a
will-
good fake.
This is a really good. Boaster's calling it, but Magnum knows. They know. They have realized, Tom.
Lock in sight.
Yeah, but in the meantime, deep control's been taken. Link already going to execute one on the side, but Durka
No!
might just do it. Only seconds left for them to grab the spike. I think he's just got it.
He got
Maybe
you
within
just-
the last second, it's going to be incredibly close, and he will get it down. 0.2 to get that planted. But now it's left onto Boaster. A 1 versus 1, facing off against Scream. So many angles for Scream to try and check. Is he going to expect him? He will now. A chance to close this out, but 30
Got the arrow.
HP is all that he has remaining. The dart even going to keep his position known. The shock dart could finish him, but he lands the headshot. It is Scream to keep them alive in their buy round.
FNATIC could get themselves to number 11, get closer to the well and so important needed victory, but now they
runs
chime in.
through.
First player goes in, yep, he goes through. He doesn't feel it, but he's suddenly out of bullets. How does he get away with that reload? Magnum is chiming in. There's still an operator in the form of Yumpy, and they just might all run into that meat grinder.
They're
But
doing it
Cryptic
again.
knows he got to
They're
do
just sticking
something
it.
about it. He's going to stick it, and Doma's going to bring it home.
Not going to be in the greatest spots, and the reason they wanted to reclaim tree is because they spotted the lockdown. They knew that this would eventually be put into place, and without tree control, they now have to leave the site. This gives all the space back over to FNATIC, and Liquid have to try and fight back in. Magnum already looking to shut them down. Scream onto just 10 HP, and they're running for the hills. They're leaving this one. It's going to be 12 for FNATIC. Now, that's actually the spike, so Yummy needs to be a little bit careful. Soulcast is actually going to go down into mid as well, so this split thus far has gone incredibly badly. Losing the first player, it's also being watched. Durka now knows that there's one out and in the corner, but he's going to get forced into
Oh,
a pretty
no.
awkward position. Just about manages to survive. There comes through the Hunter's Fury to give them another advantage. Scream and Cryptics to keep them in the map.
The chances are most definitely limited. At this point in time, Scream and Cryptics are those who have to turn this one around.
Spike.
And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much here on a silver platter. Really, it's the worst you could ask for, by far. And sealed, sent, and delivered to the side of FNATIC. This game should be done and dusted. And well, it seems like we had on Breeze, Tom. If Scream is not going to show us a masterclass that you will never witness
He's
again...
gonna die to the turret if he doesn't destroy it. And he even gets wallbanged at the end. Well, Scream, I was gonna say, he's a little bit out of dash range at this point. He's got to make sure that he does fall back, but it's a bait for Yumpy. He'll only find himself one, and now the remaining players rotate through, but Soulcast and Scream have both found kills.
They might have both found kills. But this doesn't necessarily mean that this is already done. Doma finds Scream, who's awkwardly not hitting his shot. Soulcast goes through, but...
Oh, no!
He just goes past him, and it was just trying to flick on it. Soulcast is whiffing. Suddenly, this is all in contention for FNATIC.
Oh!
Doma starting with an ace, and he brings it home for FNATIC.
And there isn't a whole lot of information being garnered. They're going to try and aggress. Magnum's just waiting. He shouldn't get away with more than one hit, but he does!
No.
2 headshots off the back of the Spectre. Well, more than 2, I'd say, with how much damage that gun actually does. And now they pulled a rotation away. There was one defender of this B site to begin with. Well, now he's the defender of defenders spawn.
True. In the meantime, his Link starts good. Only one he gets, and he can't protect that B-bomb spot that easily. Team Liquid, Jesus Christ, that is taking a toll at one point. Getting devoured right here for the moment, and the 3-0 off FNATIC seems inevitable. There's no way around it. I think Scream and Soulcast are talented players, but it would be somewhat of an insane sensation if they turn this one around. They still look for frags, but nobody of FNATIC is showing. Why would they, is the question.
I'm surprised Scream is even still here. Like, if he was close to a Blade Storm, like, okay, get a couple of kills and maybe you get it online. But they're just trying to make this one costly. But with the fact that they're not going to be coming in with much for the next round anyway, that trade's absolutely fine for FNATIC. The Seeker's expended from Soulcast. He'll have information as to where they are, and that's a little bit more like it. Mystic gone with a single tap. He spots Doma as well, who will live to tell the tale at least. They're also going to deny that, and Link's caught another player trying to lurk through mid. Time's starting to tick away, and FNATIC don't have much in this round at all.
Well, suddenly they're only down to 2 even, and as we start off with a very awkward fight between Boaster as well as Scream.
Not really done too much in terms of clearing out the site. Both players still here, but Doma goes pushing through. Mystic dies to the snake bite. Oh no, it's Cryptic, sorry, but oh dear.
My world.
It's still awkward. I'd still sign that this is awkward. The FNATIC are touring around with the players here on the B site. It's still a Viper's Pit that being put to use. Scream considers if he pushes through. Yes, easily he does. Seemed nearly reckless, and that Tasmanian Tiger seemed to find out what has happened. The wall is gonna collapse any second soon. Great information they tried to gain. That dart will not get anything. Still, they need to save Mystic. He's not allowed to die. And as I say that, Boaster and Doma chime in, easily finding the frag, sensing where those players are coming from, and pulverizing them. That's gonna be the 5th. And I don't have any doubts that FNATIC could run a bit further with that. The next part, though, is obviously, Tom, how's it economically looking like for the Team Liquid side of things?
Oh, it's going to be as good as it gets. They had a flawless round, and then they had a round where FNATIC basically saved after losing a few picks. So, yeah, financially...
Well, this is the absolute default we see. Always a player being put towards mid and the rest is pushing A. And as I say that, Yumpy is pushing very aggressively and seems to make it work on one of them. Cryptix is still close to the pyramids and is going to find one together with Scream. Those kills are working decently.
Oh!
Magnum, hold on, that's awkward, but he knows where the pyramids player is. Come on, Magnum, this is not what we know, but it's still not going according to plan. A very quick round that, for example, having massive impact. And the players are coming in left, right, and center. But nope, Doma's gonna find him. The tripwire is not going according to plan. Magnum's flank is putting a lot of pressure on Liquid this second.
This is the one player as well that Scream realistically could kill with that classic.
True.
Soulcast, this kill's needed. Yeah, he's not gonna get it. Now this becomes an impossible scenario. Scream, he's finally found himself a gun, the dash in, not enough time to pull the weapon back out, and Magnum is there eventually to close it. Good fake from FNATIC.
Got that in a more chilled second. In the meantime, it seems to be coming all down to the push again over on the side of B, but in the meantime, Yumpy's taking a lot of control towards Halls, and Boaster, he can only work with 2 other soldiers on his side.
He's dominated the tube. Now you can understand why Dome is starting to take these pigs. He's been winning the majority of them. That kill was a big one, though. That not only gives the information of where the remaining players are, but it stopped FNATIC squeezing this back into a 3 versus 3 scenario. However, the 2 players remaining, Durka and Doma. You're never going to doubt them in any scenario, and especially with Cryptix being isolated, it could be a problem. Durka just runs through already spraying. Knowing roughly where his opponent will be, this will grant them an afterplan. Doma will also spot the position of Yumpy, who for now at least is somewhat isolated. They might try and make a play off of this with the remaining couple still looking to try and come in on the flank. If they can get rid of Yumpy here, the round might be over.
Indeed. At one point, they will have this realization of what's happening. If the flank is coming in rather earlier than later, and as Doma is just holding that position where the 2 are coming from, this is becoming problematic. He hits the first and needs to find Yumpy in case that is happening. An 8 HP part, that is actually Scream on 100, and Doma on 26. Now he's gonna stick it. He's gonna stick it, he's gonna hold it, he's gonna half it, and now he makes a move. Doma is known and spotted, but he goes on. Doma, you gotta do something.
He's got it.
Yeah, that's done. And Liquid find themselves the 4th.
Doma a little bit tentative while on low HP.
Does not need to think about lineups, but now, talking about lineups, Durka starting that one good. Is trying to find kills, whilst the remainder over on the A side actually hold him up from going further. Oi.
Oh, it was looking good for Link, but he's going to get caught out. How are you planning to get past this turret, Yumpy? Oh, I think he almost ended up just being bait for Soulcast to give him a chance in the 1 versus 3. Yumpy, he has some amazing moments, and then he has some where you're incredibly confused as to what the plan was there. Well, Soulcast, we've seen him pull off miracles before. He's had some incredible maps of Breeze as well, but this would definitely have to be the best of them. The clock ticking and his position now given up. The rest of the team going to rotate in, and no one's even really tagged.
Either way, poor Hypoc. In the meantime, well, poor Liquid for the moment. Magnum once more takes the lead as he finds a kill onto Scream. It seems like that attack is already killed. No further opportunities as though Link and Soulcast come in to assist and flank around. FNATIC got a player more on the server.
Yeah, it's even worse because the spike is dropped on the site. So realistically, it's going to be very difficult. Now that flash could actually work out in Soulcast's favor.
Oh, no!
Neither of them have connected. Domus still checks, but it doesn't matter. Soulcast gets the jump on him, and now the player on site is actually surrounded. There's going to be a huge problem for Mystic. He has to get the timing right here on where to face. And actually, Boaster's going on a long wraparound, but that wraparound's not really going to help him out much at all. Getting into the corner, Mystic's actually caught without gun in hand, but he's still managing to survive here. Somehow, just wasting a ridiculous amount of time, dancing, dodging, weaving, and still finding the kill. It's left all onto Soulcast. A 1 versus 2. The spike in his hand. He might have a decent idea now that Boaster's actually coming in on the flank after the trip was broken. And he's got to try and isolate one of these jewels, but they're going together. It's going to need to be the 2 taps. The first not connected, and Boaster is there to put him in the grave. FNATIC, the ability to place his stars to try and throw them down, slow them into position, and maybe they'll get a spike plant here. Actually, they're starting to put some real pressure on. In fact,
Hold on.
Both Yumpy and Link have connected headshots within a matter of seconds. There's a chance here for Liquid.
No, this can't be happening again. They gotta check the left-hand side. Does Boaster do so? No, he doesn't. Yumpy up close and personal and makes it work in favor. And this is where you go for it again. You would think this is all easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nuh-uh. Link's not gonna be killed by that. Snake bite though. Yumpy has to make a move. Still finds a kill. Is he onto the quad? Nope. But Cryptix comes in to support.
Again, they should know at this stage the Magnum is always around this angle. Is he actually?
No.
I was going to say, popping the lockdown there would almost be just mental. Like, that has such a high percentage of being destroyed. He's actually going to do it. He's going to try and force them back a little bit, maybe bait out an ult of his own and cause a bit of a distraction. I guess it worked in that regard and has put things into a 2 versus 2 scenario.
No.
Cryptix, though, landing an integral shot. It comes down to this man once again. The early kill goes his way, but he's taken so much damage. It's the second attempt. No smoke this time is going to go down onto the spike. Durka, though, almost baits him into the peak. 7 bullets left in the clip.
4.
A single might do the job. He needs to land a headshot and he won't connect it. It's locked down at the moment. The other has an A on it. Now, Durka's finally managed to get his operator. Something that can sometimes change the rounds all on its own, but he's going to be tagged up. They know exactly where he is. There should be no way he gets out of this alive, and, well, Cryptix doesn't actually get that kill. Yumpy's just that little bit too quick. They can do nothing to defend this A site. It is falling again and again and again, and Soulcast is already homed in on the door. He knows that this player's in. Boaster so far behind. They're just holding for exits at this point. Liquid, the lead is going their way, and as of right now, it looks like the map's going their way as well. The defensive side of FNATIC is struggling, and Liquid are dominating.
Oh, no, this is disastrous. And I really have more and more concerns considering that force that Liquid won, which they, by the way, shouldn't have won. They've done a brilliant job individually, but it was a 9-5 scoreline, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, no. But it's still available here for Mystic. And he's going to be lurking within the smoke. Oh, it's a little bit awkward, but he gets away with it. Somehow still alive. And already we're going to see the Hunter's Fury come through. It's 2 coming out for Durka. They're now starting to run out of time. They've been completely shut out of this round. And they still haven't cleared Mystic. They get it at the last few seconds. The spike is going to be dropped to the deck, and now it's left all onto Soulcast. Surely, this plant, I was going to say will be denied, but it won't matter. They're not going to care. Of those little squids, they're going to be pulled back as well. Doma's already started this off. A first kill going their way for once. Durka, they might have just brought things back into contention, but Yumpy's still alive and kicking with his operator in hand and Link alongside him. They turn it into a 3 versus 2. A winnable scenario, especially now they've retrieved the spike.
We saw impossible things being turned around. 180 so far in this best of 5 series.
Scanning ahead.
As information tries to be gained, he's gonna knock on the back door, takes out Boaster, and suddenly we've got into man equalized fights, 2 on each. And this is becoming problematic. Here it goes. Neural theft once more put in. Now they know about every single one. Can't prepare for their attack. FNATIC seem to have it. FNATIC seem to have an opportunity. And the wall goes back down again. A bit of a bamboozle. But do they expect that he's coming from that position right there? Doma is going to be eliminated. It's all down to Mystic. And he could become the hero of the FNATIC side and take a clutch in favor of the big orange. But they're all hiding. They don't want to even give him the opportunity to get close to the spike. And it seems like with 10 bullets left in the mag, you will hardly have any chances. That would be brusque and big mistakes from Liquid if they actually lose this one. But he's backing off, Tom. He says bye-bye to the side. Well, snake bite. That's onto Magnum. Man is even slow, but he waits. behind the smoke. The alarm bot triggers, and here it comes. Oh no, this is so uncomfortable. But Boaster at the same time brings them in a man advantageous situation. Magnum fails, and the A side once more is the big bloody battlefield.
Spike planted.
We've seen the Cosmic Divide. They can run through, they can take space, but once again, there's a flank coming from Link. If he can make it work again, it would be impressive, but they're trying to take this control before he can actually get on the flank. Yumpy needs to connect some shots because Link's still going to be a moment or two, at least buying them a little bit of extra time. He hits the shot straight through the box. One dropped, and now Link has the timing onto both. It is a massive clutch again from these two, playing in perfect harmony to win a 12th round. They tried to defend Magnum with stars in the last round. This time, it's going to come down to his own brilliance. He's got to smoke once again to try and defend him, but Cryptic's inside it. Boaster has at least managed to find one. The IGL trying to hold on here, trying to bring his team back from the depths. Already, though, we're going to see the Viper's Pit. How is this man here again? It can't happen for a third time. Link, he's just so good at getting in behind them. They haven't been able to catch him. Mystic is always the hero they need, though. The man to bring them back from impossible scenarios. He's got Doma alongside him, but this man being behind could be a problem. Mystic again is already going to pick off another, turning it into a 2 versus 2. Has a Viper's Pit of his own. Is going to bring it back, but he has to do it all, and this time he can't. It is Team Liquid to head through into the EMEA playoffs. They finally get their revenge onto FNATIC from eliminating them in Berlin, and they will now go through themselves.